What's up, y'all? Man, you know, there's this new anime that's out, y'all. Y'all gotta check this shit out, man. Like, seriously, I know a lot of y'all don't watch anime on my channel, but there's this new anime that's out called it's called One Punch Man. Um it is really good, man. Like, seriously, this anime is just so fucking good. But at the same time, it's action, but it has like comedy. It's like comedy and action mixed together. It's really good. Like, it's really, really good. Um, yeah, man. This anime is badass. It's basically about a guy named Saitama. He's the main character, and he's like a superhero. And so basically, the anime takes place in like a superhero. It has like a superhero setting, so it doesn't really have like it doesn't really have like a main plot, you know, like Naruto or Dragon Ball Z. It's pretty much like a episodic type of anime series. But so there's a story about this main character named Saitama, and like he's like this OP character. Like, he's like overpowered, like very extremely overpowered. Like, nobody can match him. Nobody can match Saitama. He's like the most powerful character in the whole series. Like, he defeats, like, he basically has the power where he knocks out enemies with one punch. So basically, the title of the anime it really explains what the character it really the title of the anime basically basically describes what the character is, or what the character can do. You know, he's known as One Punch Man, and he only knocks out enemies with one punch. And it's just fucking good, man. Like, when he fights enemies, it's kind of funny too, because sometimes when he, like, there was like on episode 1 when Saitama was fighting the villains, like all the villains, like he was going against all these villains, and every time when he would knock out the villain, he would always get pissed off. Like, he would get pissed off every time. Um, like, every time when he knock out an enemy, he would get pissed off because, he killed them too early. Like, he wants a challenge. Like, he can't. Like, he really wants a challenge, and he doesn't. He just. It's hard to explain it, y'all. It really is. But like, this character, he's a type of character that just wants to fight somebody, but he wants a challenge, because every villain that every villain that he faces, he knocks him out with one punch, and the villain can't, the villain can't even, withstand, you know. It's hard to explain this, y'all. It really is. I know I'm kind of reviewing this a little kind of badly, but I'm trying the best I can to explain it. But basically, this character named Saitama, he's the main character, and he really wants to be, a formidable opponent. Like where he is a formidable opponent, but he's just like, nobody can match him. Like, he's like, basically, he's a broken character, because he can just beat everybody with one punch. Like, if it's like this massive, gigantic villain that has like all these overpowered abilities, you know, he just has this look on his face, like really, and then all he does is just knock him out with one punch, and like, the expression on his face is so priceless when he knocks out the villains. Like, he just has like this blank expression on his face when he fighting his enemies. All he do is just walk up to him, just punch him. That's it. Game over. While the enemy is doing all these special abilities, these overpowered attacks, he just going crazy. And then, Saitama, all he does is just punch him. That lights out. You lose. That's all he does. So that's pretty much basically what it's basically like comedy. Like, there's a lot of comedy in this anime. It's not really an anime that you would really take seriously. Like, you kind of take it seriously, but not really, because there's like a lot of action. There's a lot of action in this anime, a lot of action, a hell of a lot of action. And episode two just recently came out, and there's he has like a partner. Saitama has like a new partner. His name is Genos. He's like a half human, half cyborg, and fire truck. He's like a hold up, y'all. Damn fire truck. Genos is basically like this cyborg character that he's badass too, like, but he's not as powerful as Saitama. That's why he wants Saitama to train him so he can become stronger. But I remember, like, in the second episode, there was an episode about this character named Mosquito Girl, and she had the ability where, like, every time when she would suck blood out of human flesh, she would get stronger. So her and Genos was like fighting against each other, and Genos was having a hard time fighting him. But then Saitama came, like, she was like really, really overpowered, against Genos. But when Saitama came, all he did was punched her, and that was it. Like, this character is just too OP. Like, nobody can match him, and that's why he always feel depressed, because nobody can, he can't fight anybody that's on his level. You see what I'm saying? Like, I remember in the episode 1, he had like a dream where he was fighting all these villains, and like all of them was like they could like they were like formidable opponents towards Saitama, because like they were like equally matched opponents. Like, they were both like really, really overpowered. And that's what Saitama really wants in real life. Like, he really wants to fight people that can match him, but nobody can match him. And it's really funny how, like, you see these characters, trying to defeat him, and he just sitting there like, okay, I just gotta just knock him out with one punch, I guess. I mean, and then that's just it. But then, like, his enemies, like, he didn't say that, but that's just like how he, that's the type of attitude that he has towards. That's the type of attitude he has when he fights his opponents. And so the enemy, like, he just going all crazy, like, they going all out, just going, like, just losing it. And Saitama, all he doing is just dodging all the attacks. He's really, really fast, by the way, very fast. And he just knocks him out with one punch. And the reason why he's so powerful is because when he was younger, he would train, like, he trained so hard, like, he did like 100 push-ups a day. I think like 100 or 1,000 push-ups every day. And he worked out so hard, and he was doing push-ups and all these other different type of exercises, to the point where his hair came off. And he had like all these superpowers. That's how he got his powers, by just exercising every day for years. And he's 25 years old. I think he was exercising like when he was since he was a teenager, I think, or when he was 22, something like that. I think it only took him like 3 or 4 years. Every day he's just been working out constantly, every day, constantly. And all that exercising paid off, and he was just this badass character with all these superpowers. But only superpower he has is just his fists. That's all he does. He's One Punch Man. That's why the anime is called One Punch Man, because he can knock out any enemy with one punch. And he wears like these red gloves with this yellow he basically wears like a superhero outfit. So he looks like a superhero. But it's just badass, man. Like, this anime, I would have to say, is up there with DBZ. Like, the action is just intense as fuck. Like, the action is just so good. Like, it's just ridiculous. The action is just so fast paced. The anime is very, very fast paced. It's not really that slow. It's like as soon as you start watching it, it's fast paced. You as soon as you start watching it, you hooked automatically. You know, y'all gotta check it out, man. One Punch Man, it's just good. It is really good. Um, they so far is only 2 episodes. They have the manga already. The manga, I don't know how many chapters they have in the manga, but the manga I think is currently ongoing. The anime just recently came out. It's brand new. The anime is brand new, but the manga, I'm not sure how long the manga been around. Probably like maybe early this year or like late last year. I'm not sure, but it's new, you know. But this anime, I love it, man. So far, it is really good. You know, it doesn't really have like a deep story because the anime is not really meant to be taken seriously because it has like a lot of comedy to it. Like it has a lot of comedy. Um, it has a lot of comedy and it has a lot of action. Like the action and the comedy kind of like blend together, and it can be really funny because I remember when Saitama, like in the first episode, Saitama was fighting against this big gigantic humanoid creature or humanoid whatever, and he was like this his enemy was very gigantic, like very enormous. Like it looked like almost the size of a skyscraper. And so Saitama, you know, this villain looked like he looked so intimidating and so powerful. You know, Saitama, he just had this blank look on his face, like, all right, let's go. He just looked so bored. Like when he fight, he'd be saying that he's so bored. So he knocked him out with one punch, and then, you know, Saitama was hoping that he would survive that punch. But then, when he realized that he killed his opponent, Saitama started screaming. He was so mad because he won, and he wanted a challenge. You know, he mad because he can't get a challenge. But yeah, y'all, that's pretty much what this show is all about. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and you know, I'm gonna keep on watching this anime. It's really really good. I really like it a lot. But that's all I gotta say. I'm out.